Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Gold heading back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
Swing and a miss! A no-hitter in the WPIAL championship game!
The Mohawk Warriors have knocked off the four-time defending champion and are champions again.
The Shenango Wildcats are the WPIAL champions!
Elwood City, WPIAL champions for the first time in school history!
Cox with it. Cox all the way in the jam again! The Red Hurricanes storming their way to another title. Swing and a miss! A one-hit masterpiece.
Turn, fake it to Maples, keeping himself, coming near side. Can they hit him?
Strike three called. Put another notch in the belt for Laurel Spartans three-peat.
And the Shannon is the 2021 2A Girls Champion.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet. Coming to you live from Wilmington High School. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP High School Soccer. Here this afternoon, a doubleheader from Wilmington as the Greyhounds host the Mercer Mustangs. Girls soccer going on right now. Boys soccer coming on, kickoff approximately at 6 o'clock. We'll have them both right here at lcsportsnet.com. Tonight's broadcast on LC Sportsnet and at the Trib Live High School Sports Network, brought to you in part by Maley Chiropractic, by the Law Office of Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George, by the Red Zone, by Joseph's Marketplace, by Pontius Insurance, by the Crane Room Grill, by Michael Kirkwood Jr. and Castle Realty, and by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. I'm James Dodson alongside Mr. Christian Cassie, getting him on the mic here for a doubleheader soccer action. And man, Christian, we're going to have two pretty darn good games here today as the region play is starting to go through the second half of the year. These two teams, both for boys and girls, first and second respectively in the region standings right now, and two close games the first time that they played, including this one back on September 30th, a 1-0 win for Wilmington. We expect to have a couple of pretty good matches here this evening.
Yeah, for sure. Looking forward to a great afternoon of soccer.
Starting lineups are being announced on the field. We'll get those to you here momentarily. This is your Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George pregame show. The Law Office of LGKG, always on your side. Visit them online at lgkg.com for a free consultation. Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George, keeping promises for over 80 years. Christian, just kind of looking at the statistics here for the two teams, pretty standard. You have a couple of real big goal scorers, but I look at the fact, well, we'll get back to that in a moment as we will pause for the playing of our national anthem. your national anthem here from Greyhounds Stadium. Glad to have you with us live or archived at lcsportsnet.com. But Christian, just looking at these two teams, Wilmington at 9-1 overall, Mercer 8-2 overall. Just look at the goals that they're putting up on the season. Mercer 7 goals per game, Wilmington 8 goals per game, and it's the variety of scores I think that is most impressive. Let's take a look at some of these names, the leading goal scorers here for the Wilmington Greyhounds, Christian.
Yep, you got Annalise Hendrickson with 14 goals on the season, Lindsay Martineau with 16, and Becca Book with 13. They're all in double digits, and then down into your assist column, you got Reese Walker with 13, and Lindsay Martineau down there with 12, and Annalise Hendrickson with 10, all double-digit scoring in both columns.
Looking at Mercer on the other side, Julia Belaski, 19 goals on the season, 10 for Ryan Dubiel as well. But it's not just a one-trick pony for either of these teams. You mentioned those in double figures, but Anna Williams, Reese Walker, each with 9 goals. You have Devin Bailey for the Mercer team with 8 goals and a couple with 5 as well. So you can't just focus on one or two players, and you're going to see some good team soccer with that in mind. I think most impressive here, too, is the fact that you have, again, two teams that are averaging over 7 goals per game, but when they played last time, in 80 minutes, just 1 goal going in the back of the net, a first-half goal scored by Lindsay Martineau. So it's not just, put it in the back of the net over and over and over again. We're going to see some good soccer here this evening.
Yeah, it looks like we'll have a nice defensive battle between the two teams, and they might surprise us and come out and score a bunch, too, so.
Looks like we're going to have a delay here to start the match as both teams wearing the blue socks, so they're asking the Mustang team wearing white to put a little white tape so that they can more easily see our officials tonight who the ball might kick off of. Tim Perrine and Mike Jordina are the officials here this evening. Let's take a look at your starting lineup. Starting lineup is brought to you by Michael Kirkwood Jr. of Castle Realty, catering to buyers, sellers, and renters in Lawrence County and surrounding areas. Call him at 724-301-1482 or check out his current listings online at castle-realty.com. For Wilmington, starting in the net, Taylor Kendall. The back line in their 3-5-2 setup will be Annalie Gardner, junior defenseman, as well as Cameron Collar and Maria Mitchell, a senior, junior, and sophomore in the back line. 5 midfielders will be Becca Book and Anna Williams. You'll see them pushing forward more often than not, as well as Reese Walker, Sarah Thomas, and Sarah Dieter. Up front, the leading goal scorers of Lindsay Martineau, as well as Sabrina DeViet as listed as a forward here tonight, as Wilmington will bring it up from their own end, turned over near midfield to Mercer. That's Mallory White trying to work it up this near sideline. Right back to the Wilmington team, Martineau. Coming down the near sideline, going to get into a foot race there with Fisher. Looks to square, but no one there. Chipped back up towards midfield, knotted on by Reese Walker across the field. Wilmington looking to push here in the opening minute. Far sideline, Williams working to give and go. Pass a little bit too far out in front, though, coming back to her. Wilmington will maintain possession, though. Good effort by number 10. That's Reese Walker getting it back. Good square to Williams in the middle. She'll take a long shot, deflected right back near the edge of the box. I believe that was Ali Rind there in the middle to knock it away, and then now cleared towards midfield. The starters here for Mercer. Up front will be Julia Belaski and Mallory White. Devin Bailey as well as Maddie Bailey, sisters in the midfield, as this one's chipped over the top for Ryan Dubiel, one of those midfielders pushing forward. Morgan Miller, another one of the midfielders. In the back line, you'll see Lauren Chess, Delaney Fisher, Ali Rind, and Alexa Grawl. And in net, Kylie Kennis, the keeper for Mercer, as this ball is going to be cleared out of play by the Wilmington defense for the first throw-in of today's match. A good rush up the field, Christian, on that first effort for Wilmington, and so far Mercer up to the challenge defensively. You see they're wanting to get in front of every shot possibility.
Yeah, they had a nice through ball coming into the midfield, and they're holding their possession down this end. We're gonna have looks like our first corner kick of the game, our red zone corner kick. Red zone, make sure you stop by the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all of your county sporting apparel needs, sporting goods, custom apparel, embroidery, and more. Visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Special thanks to everybody at the Red Zone, including our sweatshirts that are in, boys. Corner kick, the outswinger, goes towards the top of the box. A half bicycle kick attempt to volley it out of the air, but Julie Belaski unable to do anything with it. First corner kick crisis averted for the Wilmington defense. They work it up to Martineau near the midfield, quickly trying to counter through the middle of the pitch is Becca Book. Well defended there. That's Lauren Chess. Clears it, but it stays in bounds. And now Fisher will just try to get it out of danger.
Yeah, a lot of the possession early going towards Wilmington side.
Are we going to have official percentages from you tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a shot.
We appreciate it. Glad to have Christian Cassie on board. Our producer here this evening, Aaron Vigiana, here from Greyhound Stadium. 40-minute halves, 2 40-minute halves, and if necessary, 10-minute of extra time. 2 10-minute periods, that is. Could be necessary. Throw in on the far side for Wilmington. They get possession back. Good square to find Annalie Gardner. Continuing to work now on the near sideline. In those bright orange boots, Reese Walker, but she's dispossessed nicely by Morgan Miller, the sophomore. Wilmington still in possession. Half volley trying to clear it out of danger and a lot of room now. Miller will clear it up the pitch. Nice to play on the turf field. You're talking with Coach Ben Bailey of Wilmington. They don't get a chance to do that very often when they're not at home, that is. Most of the away games in this conference on natural surface. How much of a difference is that, the speed of turf versus grass, Christian?
Yeah, the ball definitely travels a lot quicker on turf. Probably a lot easier to catch your footing on turf. Maybe lose your footing at the same time. So, they both have their good and bads, but seems like they prefer turf.
Most of the playoff games will be required to be on turf for both District 10 and WPIL soccer. Sometimes they'll give the first game a home match if it is not on turf. They might be nice, depending on what the weather is. So if the weather's like what we're expecting tomorrow, everything's on turf. Throw in far sideline here for Mercer. No shots on goal here in the first 5 minutes of play for either team. The single corner kick, all for Mercer.
Yeah, a lot of throw-ins early on, first 5 minutes.
Both teams trying to find a bit of a rhythm. Good turn, just clear down the field, taken at the back line. Good deflection by Morgan Miller to make it a little bit difficult here for the Greyhound defense. Now running through is Julia Belaski, causing some issues. Good pressure up forward for the Mustangs here. Miller, a sophomore, shoulders off a defender and drops it back to Maddie Bailey. Gets it to the top of the box, but no further. And now a miscommunication. Wilmington gives it back momentarily. Trying to fight through is Belaski in a dangerous area. Wilmington able to clear it, but only as far as, can't even get it out of their third of the pitch. Now it gets towards midfield.
Back down again.
Just like that. But both teams showed a little physicality, too. Like seeing this shoulder-to-shoulder action for both teams here in the opening 5 minutes of play.
Yeah, Mercer's really holding their ground and keeping the ball on their side of the pitch.
Long ball over the top. Trying to chase it down offensively is Martineau. And a good job by Delaney Fisher, senior, just to clear it out of danger. She'll give up the throw-in and allow some Mustangs to get back defensively. Throw in there, and there's a little too much contact there as that shove came from the back. So it'll be a free kick from Wilmington from the sideline. Only about 20 yards out, and it'll be Reese Walker, the senior midfielder, who will take it. The officials will mark it off. Looks like 3 going in the wall for Mercer.
First row opportunity here for Wilmington.
Low driving cross, takes a deflection, kind of pinballs off a couple defenders, last touched by Wilmington for a goal kick. You said it, the best opportunity we've had for a goal scoring opportunity, I think, there. And they went looking for Martineau there in the middle. 1-0 the first time these two teams played. The other teams here in Region 1 play. Sharpsville, Kennedy Catholic, both at 1-4 overall. Also, just one win in region play. West Middlesex looking for their first region win as well. Mentioned liking to be on the home turf. Wilmington should be on the home turf for the rest of the season as well until they get into the playoffs. So some good home cooking the rest of this season coming for the Hounds. And Christian, in talking with Coach Ben Bailey before the match as well, he said, yeah, we do a 3-5-2, but we like to switch it up just depending on who we have.
Yeah.
We like to see that. Nice 1-2 combination coming near side. Martineau again going head-to-head with Delaney Fisher. Martineau wins this battle, kicks it off of the defender, and will earn herself the first red zone corner of the match for Wilmington.
Yep. Corner kick for Wilmington down the lower half. Going to try another one of them crosses into the box that they had on the free kick just a few minutes ago.
It's another Anna Miller who's going to take this one. In swinging corner. 9th minute of play here from Wilmington. In swinger is going to go right into the hands of the keeper, Kylie Kennis.
Not as good of an opportunity as the first one, but
I think that was supposed to go more towards the back post there, maybe, Christian. Not a lot of traffic in front to really a relatively easy save for Kennis on that one. But still, it's an opportunity. At this point, though, too, I think if you're Mercer, you're also happy with the fact your keeper got a relatively easy save to get your first touch of the match and get that out of the way as well, right?
yeah.
Here comes Wilmington back up the near sideline. They've controlled most of the play here in the opening 10 minutes. Martineau, the senior captains, looks across one in the middle. Getting tangled up was Becca Book. She's got 13 goals on the year.
Yeah, the momentum certainly shifted. A lot of Mercer offense to start the half, and now it's Wilmington's turn.
Cross attempt goes awry. Williams will get the return pass now, though, trying to go on the 1-2 down the far sideline. And clearing it out of play there is the sophomore Lauren Chess. A throw in the attacking third coming for Wilmington.
Yep, another throw in.
Throw-in will go into the box. Martineau trying to box out her defender. Now crossed in, and that one's going to trickle out of play for a goal kick. 10 minutes into this match. Doubleheader coming from Wilmington High School. Christian Cassie alongside. I'm James Dotson. 25 years Ben Bailey now has been head coach of the girls soccer program at Wilmington. Gotta love a longevity like that. And he says, again, changes the formation almost every year of his 25 years. Rarely has he done the same formation from one year to the next. Play to your team's advantages.
Yeah, it's certainly key to success, throwing different formations at different teams.
He also says he likes doing it based off of what his girls are doing, not necessarily on what maybe the other team is countering with, which when we talk to a lot of high school coaches, they say that they do a lot of their formation changes because they can and based off of what they see the other team usually do. So I think kudos in that regard, focusing on what your own girls are doing. Focus on us has to be a bigger priority, right?
Yeah. Yeah, doing what's comfortable and, whatever's going to give them the best chance to score, put the ball in the back of the net.
At our first substitute, Ashley Wignall checking in for Wilmington. She's waiting to check in. She'll have to wait as Mercer has, I thought it was a throw-in, but looks like they're lining up for a kick. Must have called a handball on that one on the near sideline before the ball went out. Nice turn coming on this cross out towards the edge of the box and a sliding effort just to clear it out of danger by the keeper, Taylor Kendall. Great cross made by Julia Belaski. It looks like it'll be another corner kick.
Yep, another red zone corner kick. Second of the game for New Wilmington.
How quickly, though, that Mercer just turned the corner on that one, Christian, and got it into the attacking third.
Yeah, got up the field quick. Didn't really give Wilmington a chance to come back on the defensive side. Maddie Bailey's going to take the corner kick from the far side.
Another in-swinger right towards the edge of the box, and reaching for it was Kendall, but it went over her head. One of her defenders able to nod it out of danger. A couple of great opportunities for Mercer, but unable to get anything going there. And now good defensive play, Mallory White to clear it out. And you'll see Wignall as well as Annalise Hendrickson check in for the first time. Hendrickson, how about this? 14 goals coming off the bench tonight for the sophomore.
Wow.
How's that for a weapon?
Yeah. A lot of scoring so far this season for Wilmington.
Over 8 goals per game. And the interesting stat, we'll give you a little teaser on this one. Mercer boys in their last game put up 17 goals in one game by 17 different players.
Yeah.
That's
pretty incredible. Getting whole collective team effort in on that. Did they send the goalie down to score?
That's the question. Well, you see a lot more in high school soccer than you do in college and pros, but if it does come down to a penalty kick scenario in playoff time, a lot of times one of your better penalty takers is the goalkeeper. I think it was a championship 2 or 3 years ago that you had the final kick taker for both teams was the goalkeeper, and the goalie scored for both teams to extend the match.
Yeah, I feel like that could play as an advantage. They know the angles best of the net, and giving them the opportunity to put one in themselves is definitely pretty cool to see.
Player went down there for Wilmington, got tripped up, did Reese Walker, but said inadvertent, they let it go, and now throw-in coming for Wilmington. Walker's going to try to chuck it down the near sideline, cleared out of danger again. Wilmington will try to push some bodies forward.
Yeah, a ton of throw-ins so far on both sides of the pitch.
Defense is playing smart, is clearing it out of danger. A hard cross towards the middle, deflected into the 18-yard box. A lot of time for Mercer to settle it down and clear it out of danger, but good defensive play. Gardner brings it right back up. Here's Walker again with a long drive going towards the far post, and it'll be contained there by the keeper, Kennis, before Martineau can get to it. .50 ball near midfield. The header won by Reese Walker. Really attacking that midfield is that number 10. Comes towards Walker on the near sideline. This one's going to be out of her range and out of play. 15th minute here, 40-minute halves in high school soccer. Mercer been back in their own end most of this afternoon, a doubleheader match, and another one they can't just quite get it up the pitch, have to clear it out of play.
Yeah, trying to get their footing back from earlier on in the game. First 5 minutes or so, they spent a lot of time down in their offensive zone.
And again, they'll just clear it out of danger. Gives us a chance to remind you, head up to the Crane Room Grill, grab a seat in the bar, the dining room, loft, or outside on the patio. There's always room for you at the Crane Room. Wing night tonight, half-price appetizers all evening. Visit their full menu online, www.craneroomgrill.com. Another Wilmington throw-in. They are just controlling the pitch. That one goes off the gut of junior Allie Rind. 1-2 attempt, and right there waiting for it was senior captain Devin Bailey of Mercer. And now switching the pitch, trying to work it up to Belaski, but cleared out of danger nicely by the Wilmington back line. Martineau turning on the Jets and forcing Mallory White just to clear this one out of play for another throw-in. Nice burst of speed you see from Martineau, and you wonder why she gets behind the defense so often. Long throw from White towards the edge of the box. Trying to control it there is Wignall. Fighting for it, she'll drop it back to Anna Williams. Williams, who set up the Martineau goal the first time these two teams played, but she's stolen away by a great play by Devin Bailey. Bailey trying to do too much with it, though, maybe, and gets it taken away right back by Sarah Dieter. Not a lot of players on the bench for each of these two teams either. About 6 or 7 to work with on both sides, Christian. So you wonder if fatigue, especially with an afternoon game, a little warmer than these girls are expecting, especially when it's 80 degrees here on a mid-October day.
Yeah, definitely pretty warm out. And
at least the sun has stayed behind the clouds, but awfully humid out there, too.
Oh, yeah.
Martineau coming all the way back, clears this one out of bounds. Last touched by Martineau. Throw-in coming now for Mackenzie Hughes of Mercer, and I think she lifted the back leg. That's going to be a throw-in now going the other way. Thought so. The official on the near sideline stopped play. They will allow her to throw it again. Belaski unable to keep her feet. Good job here by Williams to keep it in bounds. Fighting with Allie Rind. A whistle, and it looks like a free kick is going to be coming into the Mercer end. We approach the midway point of this first half. Looks like they're going to take it from about 50 yards out. It'll be Maddie Bailey to try to put it into the box from distance. Puts a good right foot into it. Headed back out of danger by the Wilmington defense. That was Wignall coming all the way back. Out of play into the Wilmington bench. Now Mercer, a little sustained offense here, Christian. Best offensive sequence we've seen from them so far.
Yeah. Yeah, and the throw-in.
Throw
Trying
in.
to keep their offensive possession going. And
Just like that, Wilmington gets the steal, and you see how quickly they want to push it up the field when they get that steal. Try to change the field as quickly as possible.
yeah, a ton of back and forth at the midfield between the two teams. Fighting to maintain possession.
Cross towards the middle, and Wignall chests it down. Now this one lofted towards the near post, but will drift wide and safely out of play. Goal kick coming. Pause in the play. Give a shout out to Pontius Insurance. Just like the teams, when they go to the sideline to listen to their coach, discuss their needs, well, that's what you get at Pontius Insurance as well. They put their attention to the things you own, so you can devote your attention to the ones you love. Visit them online at pontiusinsurance.com. Pontius insurance.com.
That goal kick was taken by Cameron Collar.
So one of the defenders taking that.
Yeah.
Pretty common to see that happening in the high school game. Good cross to the middle. Martineau running forward. She gets her foot to it first. Can they keep it in bounds on the far sideline? Yes, Hendrickson can. Looking to get it back to Martineau. Unable to do so, and Mercer's now going to steal away momentarily. Martineau's going to take that deflection in a dangerous spot. Tries to get towards the middle of the pitch. Well defended. Long shot going to be taken, and it's going to be just high and wide from Anna Williams. Your first real goal-scoring chance there.
There's a pretty good shot from about 25 yards out, just over the crossbar.
Senior Anna Williams looking for her 10th goal of the year. Unable to get so, and she'll now get a breather and a goal kick coming.
Yeah, definitely a unique take on the goal kicks. I'm not used to seeing position players take it other than the goalie. So,
yeah, again, common in the high school game, and actually becoming a little bit more common even in the smaller college game too. Seeing a lot more of the defenders take it and let the goalie focus on their job of using their hands. Ball pinballing here near midfield. Coming back and stealing it away momentarily is Wilmington. I'd like to see a little more possession, though, once the teams get the steal. Trying to fight through defensively here and causing havoc is Julia Belaski. But like on that one even, a clear up the pitch, but it goes out of play because it's not really to anybody. You'd like to see a little more possession be going on here, Christian, right?
yeah. Aside from a few breakaways and free kicks in the offensive zone, it's been up in the air really between midfield, and nobody's really been able to maintain a good amount of possession in the offensive half to really put up a good shot.
It's got to be difficult, too, when you're playing games that, again, you're averaging 8 goals per game or 7 goals per game. Your scores are 6-0, 18-0, 4-0, 20-0. So a lot of times you can just kick it over the top of the defense and let your speedsters like Martineau go after it.
Yeah, and then you get a game with two of the top teams in the division. You get to see some defense put on display. That's why we're 22 minutes in and 0-0.
You wonder if one goal again might be all it takes. Good touch there from Hendrickson trying to get around the defense. Forces a clearance out of bounds for another throw-in on the far sideline. Senior Ashley Wignall off the bench to take this one. here from Greyhounds Stadium. Glad you can join us live or archived at lcsportsnet.com. Also on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. We'll have 3 big football games going on tomorrow. 1, 2, 3, Christian, including the big one here, the battle for first place in Region 1 between Wilmington and Farrell. Our friends at News Talk 790 WPIC will be on the call. We'll have the video for that. We'll also have Newcastle playing against Beaver down at Beaver at Ashfield. And also at the Leonard Rich Complex as Laurel hosting New Brighton. Plenty of county action waiting for you here at lcsportsnet.com. A great turn from Hendrickson here. Tries to square to the middle, but off target as she was trying to find Martineau.
Yeah, that'll be a really good action-packed Friday night for football fans.
How about this? 5 of the 8 county games will be featured on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. R3 plus Unions will be on there, as well as Mohawk facing against Beaver Falls. All 5 of those games all at one location. And I'll tell you what, the way the weather looks tomorrow night, if I weren't going to a game myself, I would be probably going and watching all 8 at the same time at home. Coming way out of her box here, and can she stay in the goal area? Yes, she can. Great job coming out to get that by Taylor Kendall.
And she's going to take the goal kick this time and send it down to midfield.
And it's going to go off the side of Allie Rinden out of play. And just like that, field position changes. Emily Arblaster will take the throw, but they're going to wait as Sarah Thomas will check back in for Wignall. Seen Wilmington rotate in 2 or 3 players. Mercer, I think, only has brought in 1 sub by my count so far. Now in the 25th minute of play.
Is it pretty common to rotate the players?
I mean, it all depends on the team, I would say, Christian. But a lot of times, yeah, you'll see, like that was a good example, I think, of you had Wignall go in at about 10 minutes in. She played for about 15 minutes. The player she had gone in for got a quick rest, came back in, and that's when you saw Sarah Thomas come out. She gets 5 minutes out. She goes back in, rotating of positions, and that's key, especially in 1A, 2A soccer as well. You got to be able to play multiple positions. Got to be able to change everything up depending upon who's in and who's out at any given time. There's a good battle going on there between Gardner and Belaski, and they're going to say Gardner pushed off just a little too much. Free kick for Mercer.
It gives you a good chance to be able to swap players out and get fresh legs on the pitch. And
yeah, not like professional soccer where you have 3 or what is it now, 5, depending on what league you're playing, substitutes.
Yeah, I believe so.
I do like that they've at least allowed some extra subs in regular season play. Ball towards the far sideline, trying to track it down is Ryan Dubio, one of the leading scorers for this Mercer Mustangs team, but
there's a handball called.
Going to come out for Wilmington. So Julia Belaski has had a couple of opportunities, but still no official shots on goal in the game for the Mustangs. Wilmington with just 1 shot on goal saved by Kylie Kennis, and that's it came on a corner kick. That one, a dangerous effort towards the back post, and
yeah, it was about 45 yards out there.
It was a lot closer than it looked like it was going to be. Finally does drift out for a goal kick.
It was about 15 feet off that corner post.
The other rule that you'll notice will be a little bit different. That book who took that goal kick. The other rule that you'll see, Christian, a little bit different is if there are any cards given out, a yellow card merits time off of the pitch. Player has to come off for a 10-minute span, and then they can come back on. The team does not go a player down. They're allowed to bring on a sub for them, but basically the cool-down period before they're allowed back on the field. Mercer, nifty plume to get inside the box, away from one, away from another, to chip off the crossbar, can't get it to fall, and she can't believe herself. Mercer offense looked like they had
it was a great shot
in the back of the net.
Ryan Dubel.
And she was right there, thought she had her 11th goal of the year, but put it off the crossbar. Nifty moves, but nothing to show for it in the end.
He has a great shot. Right off the middle of the crossbar, just over Book's head.
Now we're going to get a push in the back against Annalie Gardner. 2 officials in the double duel system for regular season matches. You'll get a 3rd official come playoff time. This free kick will be taken right along the sideline by Maddie Bailey. She's shown a good leg. And she'll try to put this one towards the edge of the 6-yard box. The outswinger does. Takes a deflection back out. Long driven shot. It's going to be deflected just wide. We'll give that a long shot on goal opportunity and a corner kick earned for Mercer. How's that for a shot from, 35 yards out and just barely?
Off the gloves of Book. Go out for a corner kick in the upper half.
Yeah, we'll give Kendall her first save on that one, actually.
Just barely skim the gloves, but enough to get you moving and have to make a save. Another red zone corner kick.
3rd of the match coming for Mercer. Another in-swinger coming out and getting her hands on this one immediately. Taking charge is Taylor Kendall, snagging it away. She'll quickly try to boot it up the field, looking for Hendrickson. Defender steps in front of it, but Wilmington will maintain possession. It was Alexa Grawl, by the way, who took that long shot for the first shot on goal. Here's a push and a foul going against Mercer as we're about to enter the 30th minute of play. 1 half hour nearly in the books here in this 80-minute match. Kick taken, knocked down there by Allie Rind of Mercer, and the Mustangs will try to counter quickly. Good change of the field going to the far sideline for Ryan Dubiel. Working the far sideline. Good job to keep it in bounds around the defender, but only momentarily. Then it goes out of play. Throw-in coming out. So throw-in is the call coming for Wilmington.
My apologies, I had a little bit of a goal kick mix-up.
Tough time figuring out. Oh, they're going to say it went out well before. They're going to move the throw-in all the way out to the 25-yard line on the football field. Got a chance to see Coach Fillion and the football team practicing here before we got underway. Watch some film one last time and ready for that big matchup. That's number 3 versus number 4 in the PIAA rankings. Going to be doing battle right here in just over 24 hours. That cross knocked out of bounds by Reese Walker. Down to 10 minutes remaining, still scoreless.
Yeah, Mercer's really pushing the offensive front.
Yeah, last 5 minutes has been all on this side of the field, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Good job of Reese Walker to clear that back down the field, try to change the angle to pitch, and a tough time getting a leg on it by Lauren Chess. Hendrickson able to keep it in bounds for a while, and then finally Chess able to play some chess and get it out for the Wilmington throw.
Yeah, the past 5 minutes, Mercer held a lot of the possession other than a few clears by Wilmington to get it down on their half.
It's clear into the box. It takes a extra bounce, and good job coming out and grabbing it by Kylie Kennis. As again, Martineau streaking in there to go for it. Another high short punt. Anna Williams under it first. Martineau able to get on top of it. Cleared down towards the end line, but that'll be easily corralled by Kennis. 1 save apiece for Kennis and Kendall here in this match. Mercer soccer team now making their way into the stadium. Again, the doubleheader continues approximately 6 o'clock for the nightcap on the boys' side. Another battle for first place between the Hounds and the Mustangs. Glad we can have it for you here at LCSportsNet.com. Coming up after the game, we'll give out our Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Maley Chiropractic, remember, all student athletes, just a $25 visit to their office, which includes both a adjustment and any therapies that may be necessary. Just $25 for that visit. Visit them online, MaleyChiropractic.com. That's M-A-H-L-E, chiropractic.com. For full details and let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Seems like we're transitioning back to the middle of the pitch. swap between offense and defense.
And we haven't seen a big leg from Kylie Kennis. You'd like to see Wilmington push up a little bit more when Kennis has to punt it away. They're able to get the steal. Will they try to possess? No, they're going to try to chip over the top. Again, looking for Hendrickson, but this one's going to trickle harmlessly over the goal line for another goal kick. That allows Becca Book to check back in. Again, you sub off a 14-goal scorer on the year and bring a 13-goal scorer back into the lineup for her. That's a nice set of weapons to have if you're Coach Bailey. Nice drop pass for Wilmington. Squaring it over to Anna Williams. Give right back to the far sideline. That was Thomas. Martineau trying to turn the corner, and she's able to do so. Crosses one low, but a little bit behind the intended target, and cleared out of danger there by Allie Rind. It'll be a throw-in deep in the offensive territory.
Probably the first real offensive look for Wilmington, probably the past 10 minutes or so.
Trying to turn with it and unable to do much with it there. Dispossessed by the Mercer defense. Now trying to work it up the field. Pass to Belaski. Numbers coming the other way if Mercer hurries. Belaski splits a pair of defenders. And now she's tripped up near midfield, and that's a good foul just to slow down play by the Wilmington defense. Ashley Wiggles, or actually check, that's number 12, Sarah Dieter, who commits the foul. Just under 6 minutes to play in this opening half. Looking for our match's first goal.
Gonna have a free kick from midfield for Mercer.
Right near that Wilmington W. Long free kick all the way into the box. Headed out nicely by the Wilmington D. That was Maria Mitchell able to do so, and now quickly Wilmington's going to look to counter. Becca Book up the near sideline, loses it, gets it back to Martineau now. Martineau is going to try to turn on the Jets down the near side. Martineau going one-on-one, gets around the defender, left-footed shot is going to trickle wide, out for a goal kick.
There was just nobody there on the other side for the cross.
Took a nice shot at it. With that off foot, unable to get it into the back of the net.
Extra 4 or 5 steps there for Book, and she'd have had an opportunity.
I mean, really tough for any goal scorer to do, but you'd like to say, hey, if you can hesitate for just a half second more, you might be able to get a player like Book into that better offensive position, but got to be difficult for a player to slow down the brain that much at that point. Mercer with possession, knocked out of play there by Sarah Dieter. We won't mention anything about Christian Cassie and a slow brain or a fast brain now, will we?
No.
Not in the math class, at least. Cross in towards the box, go over everybody's head. Good read by the keeper. Kendall will hang on to it, look to roll out quickly. Now she'll hesitate and boot it away. Nice strong boot nearly to midfield. On the turf, takes a couple of bounces before the senior defenseman Delaney Fisher can get onto it. Towards the far sideline, Thomas this time unable to corral it. Throw in will be taken by Chess on that far side.
Yeah, both teams seem to be struggling quite a bit with maintaining possession, keeping it in their zone. A lot of the play's been at midfield. Switching back between the two, offense, defense.
You'd have to think, Christian, a lot of that goes with the fact that, again, these teams have played in so many matches where they've won big, and just now they're playing probably the best defense that they've seen all year. Really difficult to make those adjustments and be perfectly in sync like they need to be, inch perfect, really, in some of these passes.
Yeah, and like you mentioned earlier, both teams able to put up a ton of points against their recent opponents and get two really high caliber defense going against each other, and looks like we might even end the first half without a goal.
Both teams averaging less than 1 goal per match on the season. Goes towards the corner flag. It was last touched by the Mustangs offense. Goes out of play for a goal kick. Aaron Vigiano, our producer here this evening. Christian Cassie alongside. Glad you can be joining us live or archived at lcsportsnet.com. Half will have our stats update. Not much to talk about, but we'll get an official or unofficially official estimate of possession from this first half. Brought to you by Joseph's Marketplace, Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Make sure you check out their brand new cafe as well, and their bakery, or even place a to-go order online at josephsnc.com. Family-owned and operated since 1915. Joseph's Marketplace. If you've not been to the new cafe, check it out. That's probably going to be our pre-game dinner tomorrow night, I would say, before we head off to our respective locations for some Friday night football. Down to 90 seconds remaining in this opening half. Finding near midfield and having a step on it was Williams, but overran it and cleared out by Maddie Bailey. Morgan Miller now towards the middle of the pitch. She's going to switch it far side, goes through both defender and attacker.
Oh, barely. It's going to be a throw in.
By the slimmest of margins, Ryan Dubiel and Cameron Collar on that battle. Now less than a minute to go, and they will say yes, throw in for Wilmington, not a goal kick. Nice long throw by Collar. Wilmington able to just clear it out towards midfield. Good head on the ball to try to get maybe one last attacking chance for Wilmington. Williams, good control on that one. Her pass, though, is going to be well read. Allie Rind again, Alexa Grawl, the junior defender, stepping in front of that one. She has the only official shot on goal for Mercer, and it came from about 35 yards out.
Yeah, a lot of the through balls and deep passes for Wilmington are just getting intercepted on the defensive half by Mercer, and they're just able to answer everything so far.
Not a lot of chances in this first half. Down to 10 seconds remaining. Trying to fight through here. Player goes down, and official swallows the whistle on that one, and that's how the first half is going to come to an end. Scoreless here from Greyhound Stadium between Mercer Mustangs and the Wilmington Greyhounds. We'll come back in a moment and recap it when we return. It's District 10 High School soccer action. Doubleheader here from Wilmington High School here on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Joseph's Marketplace is Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Fresh meats and produce, full-line deli, homemade foods, and much more. Joseph's Marketplace has hot foods prepared every day. They also have Newcastle favorites like grape leaves, hummus, and wedding soup available daily. Follow Joseph's Marketplace on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates, or stop in to see what's cooking each day. Come hang out at the brand new cafe and bakery, full of great coffee, drinks, sandwiches, snacks, sweets, and free Wi-Fi. In a rush? Go to josephsnc.com and place your cafe order online. Joseph's Marketplace, family owned and operated since 1915.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Ponce's Insurance be your coach. At Ponce's Insurance, How we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Pontius Insurance online at pontiusinsurance.com. Looking to buy, sell, or rent in Lawrence County? Get Realtor Michael Kirkwood Jr. in your starting lineup today. Michael Kirkwood Jr. of Castle Realty caters to buyers, sellers, and renters of Lawrence County and the surrounding areas. Call Michael Kirkwood Jr.